Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the controversies surrounding Alex Jones? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoy this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll look at the background of Alex Jones, move to the timeline of the controversies, then offer my analysis. Alex Jones was born in Dallas, Texas on February 11, 1974. He grew up in the northeast Dallas suburb of Rockwall. Alex's father was a dentist and his mother was a homemaker. In 1991, his family moved to Austin, Texas. He went to high school there and graduated in 1993. He attended college, but circumstances must have conspired against him because he left without earning a degree. Alex had a number of hobbies, including using marijuana and reading books. One book he read was written by a conspiracy theorist named Gary Allen. It was titled None Dare Call It Conspiracy. The book was about global bankers who supposedly financed the communist revolution in Russia and were now looking to establish a global government. This book greatly influenced Alex Jones. The siege in Waco, Texas, involving David Koresh and the Branch Davidians, occurred in April of 1993, just before Alex graduated from high school. This disaster reinforced Alex's conspiratorial beliefs. He believed that the federal government murdered the people in Waco, Texas. In April of 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing occurred. Here again, Alex blamed the federal government. Alex Jones had a number of jobs during his career, including hosting a public access cable television show and working as a radio station host. He was fired from a radio station in 1999 because he just wouldn't stop talking about conspiracy theories. That same year, he founded the InfoWars website, which features the Alex Jones Show. Not surprisingly, this production is about conspiracy theories. It was airing on about 100 different radio stations by 2001. After the attacks on 9/11, Alex falsely claimed that George Bush and other elected officials orchestrated the attack. In response, a number of radio stations dropped his show. Despite this setback, Alex was extremely successful. By 2010, his show had about 2 million listeners each week, which made him larger than Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck combined. The Genesis Communications Network syndicated his show in 2020 to over 100 radio stations in the United States, so he was back to the level of distribution he had experienced years earlier. Over the years, Alex has promoted just about every far-right conspiracy theory that can be imagined, including the fake 1969 moon landing conspiracy theory, the 2020 stolen election myth, the New World Order, the claim that global warming is not real, blaming the federal government for attacks like the Oklahoma City bombing, 9/11, the Aurora, Colorado theater shooting, the Boston Marathon bombing, and several other disasters. Alex has falsely claimed the government puts chemicals in water that can make people homosexual, and he believes that hurricanes and tornadoes have been engineered by the government. Alex Jones has earned millions of dollars by spreading this nonsense. Much of the money came from selling merchandise. From September 2015 to the end of 2018, the online store for his website made $165 million. Alex sold a number of products that appeal to people who want to stay healthy and prepare for disaster, like items that will supposedly treat medical problems or otherwise protect people from harm. Tests performed on some of the products suggest they may be dangerous, and Alex has made false claims about the benefits of using these products. For example, in 2017, 2 products that he sold were found to have dangerous levels of lead, and Alex was warned by the FDA in April of 2020 after he marketed a toothpaste falsely claiming that it treated COVID-19. Alex Jones has been sued many times due to false claims that he has made. One particular series of lawsuits has attracted quite a bit of attention. Alex has made a number of false statements over the years about the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in Newtown, Connecticut. For example, he claimed that the incident was staged using actors in an effort to create anti-gun sentiment. Several family members of the victims sued Alex in 2018. Some of the family members said that fans of Alex Jones have harassed them over the years because of the false claims. Alex has suffered a string of defeats related to these lawsuits. He appeared to be unwilling to meet his responsibilities for discovery, like he didn't turn over evidence as required by the court. He was accused of pulling money out of the InfoWars company and moving it to shell companies in order to avoid paying judgments. On August 8, 2022, a jury ordered Alex Jones to pay $4.1 million in compensatory damages to the father of one of the Sandy Hook victims. The next day, the jury set the amount of punitive damages Alex would have to pay at $45.2 million. Alex's company is based in Texas, which has laws limiting punitive damages. It's likely that award will be reduced drastically. Alex appears to be concerned about his financial losses nonetheless. The parent company for the InfoWars website declared bankruptcy during the trial. Alex has made it seem like he doesn't have a lot of money, but a forensic economist who testified at the trial believed that Alex and InfoWars combined were worth $135 to $270 million. Now, some people might look at this and think, how is it that a forensic economist could not narrow this down a bit more? Here we have a range of $135 million. That doesn't seem very precise. I think a lot of the uncertainty is because Alex Jones has not cooperated with turning over financial records, and he creatively moved money around to shield himself from these lawsuits. For example, he funneled $11,000 a day into shell companies after the allegations of defamation came out. When considering Alex's net worth, the judgment from this trial probably won't make much difference to him. However, Alex is facing 2 more trials to determine damages, one in Texas and one in Connecticut. There is also talk of potential perjury charges. Alex's attorney sent the plaintiff's attorney 2 years of text messages from Alex's phone. This was in error. According to the plaintiff's attorney, the existence of the messages revealed that Alex Jones had lied under oath. On a side note, maybe Alex should have selected an attorney who was just a little bit more technologically savvy. Now moving to my analysis. Here are my thoughts on a few items that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. Did Alex Jones actually commit defamation? Some people look at lawsuits against Alex Jones and say things like, he was just expressing his opinions, it's not defamation, he has the right to question the official government narrative, and the fact that he's being sued only proves that he must be right. Alex Jones certainly has the right to express his opinion, even if his opinions don't make any sense. The problem is, that is not what Alex has been doing. With Sandy Hook, for example, he claimed the shooting was staged, not as his opinion, rather as something he was asserting as true. To say that Sandy Hook was staged is to say that the parents of all the victims are lying and evil conspirators with the government. That qualifies as defamation. In my opinion, Alex Jones is guilty of defaming the Sandy Hook parents. Item number 2. Are the defamation lawsuits going to prevent people from talking about conspiracy theories? Like, is it now a dangerous world where every conspiracy theorist will be sued for defamation? Will this have a chilling effect on the type of conspiracy theories they talk about? Most people who promote conspiracy theories will never get sued for defamation for a number of reasons. A few examples: they don't have a large platform, so they're not doing as much damage as someone like Alex Jones. They don't have enough money to make them a good target for a lawsuit, and their claims are non-specific and fanciful. Like when people say that the 1969 moon landing never happened, technically the astronauts who went to the moon could have sued for defamation, but the claim that the moon landing is fake is so ridiculous that no one believes it. Therefore, the astronauts would have trouble proving they sustained any damages. Maybe they could say that they hurt themselves laughing hysterically, but that's about it. Item number 3. Why does Alex Jones keep endorsing and creating conspiracy theories? To explain his strange behavior, Alex said that he has, quote, almost like a form of psychosis, unquote. Alex's ex-wife said that he was mentally ill, and during divorce proceedings, it was revealed that Alex was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. In one of the early depositions related to Sandy Hook, Alex's attorney said that Alex was simply playing a character. He was a performance artist. Alex has provided conflicting reports. On a few occasions, he said that he was just giving his opinion. However, at other times, he has denied being a performance artist, claiming that he completely believes what he's saying. Alex has admitted that Sandy Hook is 100% real after saying the opposite for many years. It is difficult to know the truth with Alex Jones because he lies and changes his story frequently. Alex appears to be driven to promote conspiracy theories regardless of the consequences. Everything bad that happens to him is a conspiracy. Alex even claimed that the judge in the defamation case was part of a conspiracy against him. As far as Alex's personality, one possibility is that Alex has both paranoid and narcissistic traits. The paranoia fuels his belief in conspiracy theories. He interprets benign information as having some type of special meaning. Like many conspiracy theorists, he prides himself on connecting the dots. The narcissism leads Alex to believe that he has a special purpose within the framework of his paranoia. He's not just another paranoid person, he's a magnificent leader of the paranoid people who will free them from these evil and terrible government conspirators, or at least sell them a bunch of products that don't work and may be dangerous. Another theory about Alex's personality is that he is narcissistic and greedy, so he may just be pretending to have paranoia. It serves him well financially. Alex Jones is very motivated to make money, and he almost certainly knows that the products he sells are useless. He understands the mindset of a conspiracy theorist, therefore knows how to take advantage of them to make millions of dollars. Which brings me to the final item, number 4. What is the typical personality profile for someone who financially supports Alex Jones, like his hardcore fans? Most of these supporters maintain conspiratorial beliefs. A conspiracy theorist is defined as an individual who makes the unnecessary assumption of conspiracy when other explanations are more probable. Another definition is an individual who makes an unverified and relatively implausible allegation of conspiracy, claiming that significant events are the result of a secret plot carried out by preternaturally sinister and powerful groups of people. Some of the people who support Alex Jones fall into a category that's more severe than regular conspiracy theorists. They are die-hard conspiracy theorists. Here are a few characteristics of the die-hard believers. They have what is referred to as a conspiracist ideation. That is, they have the general tendency to believe in conspiracy theories. They often believe in many. It's not like they were convinced by one and they stick with that. They take on as many as they can. Their beliefs are often bizarre and fanciful in nature. For example, they may believe the earth is flat, and they believe in conspiracy theories that are mutually contradictory. For example, they might believe that evil people are in control of the government, but at the same time, alien lizard humanoids are running the show. Or they believe that government officials are incompetent, but at the same time, they have the ability to engineer hurricanes and tornadoes. As far as the personality characteristics of a conspiracy theorist, here's what we see in the research. Belief in conspiracy theories is related to high openness to experience, low agreeableness, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, paranoia, being receptive to unusual beliefs, and schizotypal personality characteristics like odd thinking, magical beliefs, and belief in the paranormal. One case study indicated that 55% of the variance in conspiracy theory beliefs could be explained by just 4 components: odd thinking, magical beliefs, Machiavellianism, and primary psychopathy, so factor 1 psychopathy. Notably absent from the personality profile is narcissism. Perhaps this is how Alex Jones became a leader of conspiracy theorists. His grandiose self-image, sense of entitlement, and lack of empathy served as a magnet to people who were desperately looking for someone to lead the charge against reason and common sense. Alex's stunning legal defeat will only strengthen the resolve of his followers. In their minds, it proves that everyone was out to get Alex all along. His supporters are trapped in a world where all information inexorably reinforces their nonsensical beliefs. They are trapped in an illogical prison. And what's worse, Alex Jones is their proverbial cellmate. Those are my thoughts on the controversy surrounding Alex Jones. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comments section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be as intriguing as alien lizard humanoids who infiltrated Hollywood and are trying to destroy the world with bad acting. Thanks for watching.